I think what's funny about diaries is that a diary seems to be something for a girl. You know, a boy, if they're handed a diary, they're going to feel like, this isn't for me. So what I wanted to do in the first few lines of my book is to talk about the word that's on the front of the book, diary. So Greg starts off by saying, first of all, let me get something straight. This is a journal, not a diary, because he wants to make sure, he's not going to write his feelings and whatever in here. I think that in general, boys do have a little more trouble expressing their feelings than girls do. Boys aren't really in touch with their feelings the same way girls are. So I think it's really fun to have a character who's writing in the type of book he really doesn't want to write into, and then he just gushes his feelings. He just writes and writes and writes for many, many books. So that's one of the ironies of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, is that Greg is handed this diary by his mother, who wants him to write his feelings down, and then he just goes on a tear, even though he really doesn't want to. When I was a kid, I wasn't much of a writer. I didn't really try to express my feelings on the page the way that I did when I was an adult. I actually expressed myself through drawing. So I did lots of cartoon drawings and lots of sketches. I used to love to draw Star Wars characters, for example. So I think a lot of boys, it takes them a long time to come around to their feelings and to express themselves in that way. What I really love about cartooning is the fact that you're trying to boil something down to its essence. You're not trying to draw these fancy drawings. You're trying to draw really simple drawings to get a big expression out of them. So I love the challenge of drawing in black and white because it's as minimal as you can get, and that's why usually I don't use color at all. When I was a kid, when I was in third and fourth grade, my favorite books were the books by Judy Blume, Freckled Juice, Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing, Blubber. I love these books because they told me about myself through characters who were living in different circumstances, kids who were living in the city. I was living in the suburbs, but I recognized myself in these characters. And then when I went to about fifth or sixth grade, I graduated into fantasy. And what I really liked about books like the Xanth series and the Lord of the Rings series, The Hobbit, was that those characters and those stories took me away to a place that I couldn't go. So I think I covered the whole spectrum when I was a kid.